School. The Golden Bears Sports Network opens the basketball season for 25-26. I'm Chris Malanga alongside Tim Meister, and it's weird being back in back here with you because I haven't done some games in a long time.
Yeah, welcome back to the play-by-play. It's nice to have you back in the saddle again.
I feel bad. I got a whole bunch of students that are dealing with tech issues, and I'm sitting up here in the crow's nest.
That's called great delegation, Chris.
So we've got the Paulding Lady Panthers sitting at 2-0, 0-0 in the GMC, and the Bryan Golden Bears sitting at 2-2 on the season. And these two teams kind of went in a little different directions last year, as Paulding did a great job getting to that district final.
Yeah, Paulding coming off a great 19-6 year, 5-2 in the GMC. They got to district finals and got beat by girls basketball powerhouse Ottawa-Glandorf. One of the great seasons in Paulding girls basketball history. Coach Aronella has done a great job. He's got a very interesting story if we ever get time to get to that, Chris. But he's done a terrific job of building that basketball program.
Yeah, and we've seen Paulding kind of over the years. And when we get into our last series, we're going to do that here in a little bit. But Bears had their number for a few years in a row, and then all of a sudden last year we kind of ran into them and got away with a 7-point loss. And so this team, we've seen them over the course of the years, but the last couple years they've been pretty strong.
They have been, and Coach Aronella has, like I said, has done a great job. When he took over that program, Paulding was not very good. They had not had a lot of success in girls basketball. The powers that may be let him hang in there. They knew he was doing things the right way. They let him build the program. They didn't endear themselves to some of the cries that were not very good, fire the coach and those things. They said, this guy's doing it the right way. And their patience paid off because they had a terrific year. They almost have everybody back. You look at the roster, Chris, they're still fairly young. I mean, they're going to play one senior of any significance tonight.
Yep.
So scarily, their better basketball is ahead of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, today's game is being brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral and Crematory, Veterans Services of Williams County, Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, Baldy's Furniture, Stark's Plumbing and Heating, and Thiel Supply Center. Okay, let's take a look at the last time these two teams met. That was back on December 5th, 2024, where Paulding defeated Bryan 47-40. And like I said, last year's loss broke a streak of 5 straight wins for Bryan. And Paulding used to be a pretty regular competitor in the Holiday Classic that we used to have, that we have here every year, Bryan. So we got to see him there a couple years. But Bears, during their time of much success, had their way with Paulding, and then last year Paulding definitely much better improved. Yeah, and got that win.
And then that game kind of vaulted those teams in opposite directions because Paulding went on just an absolutely great run after they beat Bryan. If you remember, after the Paulding game, Bryan kind of went through that lull, where they lost some really tough games and a string of games, and all of a sudden, they snapped it around in early February. So this could be kind of the same thing tonight. We'll see which of this game springboards these teams on to great success, and which one will face adversity and which one will handle it.
Let's meet Paulding, the Paulding Panthers out of the Green Meadows Conference. They are coached by Matt Erlano. You said they're sitting at 2-2 on the season. They haven't played a GMC game, but they play in that tough Green Meadows Conference. And let's take a look at some information on Paulding. He's in his 7th season, and you said they gave him some patience and time, and he has a winning record there over the 7 seasons. But the big key here, returning 5-letter winners from the district final team, including Kaylee Dunham, first team All-League and first team district. She's the force inside.
She is, and she does so many things, Chris. She draws so much attention from the defense that those other players get wide open looks because the focus is on her. And you look at her stats. I mean, last year she averaged 10.7 rebounds a game. All that doesn't jump out at you. She's a first-team All-GMC, first-team All-District kid because coaches realized what a difference she makes in games. One of those players that not only can get herself a basket, she's really good at getting her teammates baskets as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And she does, as you said, draw that defense away and lets everybody else shoot for her. Let's take a look at the results of the GMC last year, the Green Meadows Conference. It's kind of funny. I feel like we're an honorary member of the GMC. We play Wayne Trace. We play Paulding. We play Tenora. We're going to play Fairview later on. We're going to play Edgerton. We've got to basically, we're associate members of the GMC here. But last year, Wayne Trace and Paulding tied at the top of the league there. And Paulding actually had, a record of 19-6 to Wayne Trace's 18-5. But those two tied at the top of the Green Meadows Conference. And, I think this year, again, same kind of situation, maybe a little bit of Edgerton in the mix too.
Yeah, and I think Edgerton and Fairview both will probably be in the mix for that, but Wayne Trace and Paulding certainly the class of that league this year.
All right, let's take a look at Bryan. The Bryan Golden Bears, coached by Todd Grosjean. He's in his 19th season, 369 and 202. But the big story here, when you look at the Lady Bears, their two best defensive players, Ava Zimmerman and Gabby Mossberg, out for the season. Ava with an ACL, Gabby Mossberg with ankle. And so that makes things really, really tough.
Yeah, that is. Last year they were able to adjust with Gabby because she got hurt early enough. The Ava Zimmerman situation, I think, has kind of thrown a little bit of a wrench in things, only because they spent all summer developing the roles. Those kids were coming back. Ava might be the best on-ball defender in Northwest Ohio.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden she gets hurt, and now the season starts. You have to try to refigure out who's going to take up the slack here, who has this role there. So it won't surprise me if it takes the Bears a few games to get adjusted to Ava's absence, but I think eventually that they will.
And the third note there, being undersized against most opponents with rebounding being critical. I feel like undersized against most opponents has been the story of the Lady Bears over the past several years.
It has, and it really hurt them on Tuesday night against Wayne Trace. They gave up several offensive rebounds with the second chance points. I'm sure that was a point of emphasis at Wednesday's practice.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look at the results in the NWOL for last year. Patrick Henry, far and away your league winner, and they're expected to not rebuild but reload again this year. Wauseon, Delta, Archbold, and Bryan in the middle of the pack there. And let's take real quick, I forgot to mention this two team schedules. Let's look at Paulding's schedule and Bryan's schedule so far to date. First, the Paulding Panthers. They had those 2 wins against Liberty Center and Lincoln View. They should be honorary members of the NWOL. Yeah. They've had a few league games as well. And you look at the Golden Bears, they split. They had the tournament down in at Lima Bath, or down there at the Coopy Classic, as their schedule will pop up here hopefully. And they won 2 and have lost 2. So they were in the consolation game of the holiday tournament, and then they lost. They beat Tenora and they lost Wayne Trace. All right, so we're going to take our first time out of the evening, and when we come back, we'll have our keys to the game, meet our game officials, and our starting lineup. All that happening after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Discover top quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real-world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
From the first whistle to the final buzzer, life is filled with moments that shape us. Moments of victory, of challenge, of community. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're honored to stand by families through every season of life. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family owned, family focused.
Allie Held Herman is a 2004 Bryan graduate and former Lady Bear basketball player. Allie tragically passed away in 2021, but she saved the lives of many others through organ donation. Allie's family encourages you to be an organ, eye, and tissue donor.
Our mom gave the gift of life. She is a hero. We love you, Mom.
Back on the Golden Bears Sports Network, Chris Malanga, Tim Meister here. It's Paulding at Bryan. Let's take a look at our keys to the game, brought to you by the Carlin Company, Realty and Auctioneers, your hometown real estate company for over 45 years. They've consistently remained number 1 in Williams County and the surrounding area since 2007. Call us for all your real estate needs. I'm going to let you cover the Paulding Panthers.
Key to the game for Paulding, first and foremost, scoring side. They want to get the ball to Dunham. And again, Chris, as we talked about, whether she scores or not, just to draw the attention of the defense because she's such a terrific passer. rebound the basketball. That's one advantage they're going to have against Bryan. If they can go get themselves some second chance points off offensive rebounds, that will be big. Then finally handle Bryan's pressure. I'm sure Coach Grosstein's going to try to extend this game, get it full court, not let Paulding get very comfortable in their offense.
The keys to the game for the Bryan Golden Bears look like this. They want to defend their post player number 24. You talked about her, Kaylee Dunham, first team All-League and first team districts. They have to rebound at both ends. And Coach Grosstein said they've had some trouble shooting the ball with confidence. They haven't shot very well, and so he wants to see that change.
Yeah, especially from the three. They have not shot the three ball well at all. That's unusual for this team. Shooting tends to be streaky, especially at the beginning of the season. I'd like to see the Bears break out, hit some early threes, and get some confidence. That will set themselves up for drives to the basket.
All right, the keys of the game brought to you by Carlin Company. All right, it's time to meet our game officials, brought to you by Tri-State Vision Center. Serving the area since 1977. Contact us at either our Bryan or Montpelier offices for all your eye care needs. The officials tonight, Bryce Bailey, Gary Brubaker, and Brock Schooley. Your officials tonight here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. All right, this has been the Bryan Athletic Boosters Countdown to Tip-Off. Starting lineups and more coming up on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Discover great job skills training at Northwest State. With over 50 different programs available, there is something for everyone. Providing hands-on training and education is the community college advantage.
Trust is built when we know someone has our back, on the field, in the stands, and in life. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're more than a service provider. We're neighbors and friends. For generations, families have trusted us to care for their loved ones with compassion and dignity.
Life's daily battles are not meant to be fought alone.
Cloud, you okay?
Because checking in on a friend can create a safe space. Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Seize the awkward. It's totally...
Back out on the Golden Bears Sports Network, Bryan and Paulding getting set to do battle here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Chris Malanga, Tim Meister here with you. And Tim, it's going to be a good game, hopefully, from these two teams.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a battle of two separate tempos. Bryan trying to get the ball up and down the floor, defend the entire floor, try to make Paulding play a little faster than they want to. Paulding's definitely going to be more of a let's establish the inside game, run some set plays, get some offense going, get the ball inside. So we'll see which one of those teams can impose their will on the others.
All right, we are getting set for our pregame activities with our national anthem and our starting lineup coming up shortly. We do want to say one programming note that we have a clock issue tonight. So we are going to not have a clock on the screen for those of you watching the stream. I will do my best to play Mr. Radio and try to give you the time every couple of 30 seconds so you know where things are. That's just the fun. And if that's all that's wrong tonight, then
It's a good night.
it's a good night. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, America's land of the free, home of the brave, and that freedom has been afforded us by the dedication and sacrifice of brave service.
Send it down for our national anthem, sponsored by Veterans Services of Williams County.
To thank these extraordinary men and women, and to honor our nation, would you please rise in the playing of our national anthem.
National anthem brought to you all season long by the Veterans Services of Williams County. Chris Malanga, Tim Meister here with you. The Bryan Golden Bears sitting at 2-2 on the season. And the Paulding Panthers sitting at 2-0 on the season, getting set to do battle in this early season matchup. And again, as you said last year, this game kind of changed the trajectory of both of these teams, and the Lady Bears are hoping that it changes it right back.
Yeah, absolutely. This would be a huge win for Bryan.
Lady Bears again without Ava Zimmerman and Gabby Mossberg due to injury, so that is going to be really, really rough, and it's just it's heartbreaking, especially on a senior season.
Yeah, you hate to see that to any senior, any kid whatsoever, but really difficult too because Ava came such a long way last year. Like I said, just a defensive force when she played on the ball defense, just tremendous.
All right, tonight's starting lineups being brought to you by Bryan Ford Lincoln. Bryan Ford Lincoln, located at 920 North Main Street, where good values mean a great deal. Here's the starting five for the Paulding Panthers. Addison Peace, a senior. Kate Manns, a junior. Tori Schlachter, a junior. Esty Peace, a junior, and Kaylee Dunham, the junior, and that's what we talked about. She's the one, the tough one. So getting set for the Lady Bears. Lineup here. Again, lineups being brought to you by Bryan Ford Lincoln, where good values mean a great deal. Let's take a look at our starting lineups for the Lady Bears. And I'm going to send it down to Aaron Hughes to do this.
Junior number 11, Piper and a guard of 5'7", sophomore number 14, Avery Fisher. And a forward of 5'8", senior number 22, Josie Arnold. And a forward of 5'9", senior number 24, Miley Balmer. Varsity coaches, top coach, team assisted by Colin Walker, Eric Rufer, Delaney Alvarez, and Kayla Arnold. The ladies, let's play ball.
All right, it's Langham, Hannah, Fisher, Arnold, and Vollmer for the Lady Bears. Peace, Mann, Schlatter, Peace, and Dunham for Paulding. And Miley Vollmer will be jumping things off. She's at 5'9". Dunham towers over her just a little bit. About ready to get this one underway. Tip goes to Paulding. Kate Manns will bring it up. Go left side over to Addison Peace. Then back to Manns. Manns on the left wing will go out to the front. Now go right wing. Peace back to Manns, top of the key. They get underneath to Dunham. Shot up, miss. And over a foul on Avery and Fisher with 7:43 remaining here, first quarter. Nothing on the main stop scoreboard.
Early on, Bryan's trying to front the post, and Dunham did such a great job of pinning her defender and just getting that lob over the top.
First one is up and good. That makes it 1-0. 7:43 remaining, and if you're just joining us on the stream, our scoreboard clock is not working, and so we will have to just give you the times. It's 7:43. Bears will come the other way. Langham will bring it up. We'll call Vollmer over. Tries to get it to her, then they'll get it to Josie Arnold. Arnold working on man. She'll go right wing. She'll drive. Kick out. Free ball in the air, no good by Vollmer. Rebound will come down to Paulding. Addison Peace. And she'll get it down quickly. Dish over to Schlachter. Schlachter will drive, put up a shot. Vollmer did a nice job blocking and then knocks it out of bounds. And with 7:17 remaining here, first quarter, and a 2-0 lead for Paulding, they'll have the ball under their own basket. Underneath, found Dunham. And it's 4-0 Dunham.
And that's not the kid you want to have the fast start if you're Bryan.
7:07 remaining first quarter. Underneath, then kick out. Paulding will will bring it the other way. Peace will get it across as we get a little bit of pressure. She'll fire it over to Kate Mans. Try to go inside to Dunham again. She's triple teamed, not able to get a shot off. Fisher will come down the other way with the rebound. Fisher drives it up, puts up a scoop shot, no good. Contact, but no foul. Will go the other way. SD Peace with a layup, no good. Rebound will come down, and Dunham will knock it out of bounds with 6:28 remaining first quarter and a 4-3 lead for Paulding. Fast pace here. Langham will bring it up. Go over to Arnold on the left side. Arnold front court left. Will go top of the key. Fisher now on the perimeter. Cross court, now deep to Arnold. She'll kick back out. 3-ball in the Piper Hannah. And it must be a, no, there they go, they fixed it. So it's 6-4. 5:57 remaining first quarter. Another turnover by Paulding.
We'd hoped Bryan would come out and shoot the ball a little better tonight. 2 out of 3 from the 3 right away. I think that's really important for Avery Ann and for Piper Hannah, because if you have to defend them shooting the 3, that makes it a lot more difficult trying to defend their drive.
Vollmer will go baseline, step on the line. Out of bounds, and it goes to the Bears. 5:34 remaining here, 6-4. Arnold will bring it up. A little bit of full court pressure here from Paulding. Bears need to get it over quickly, and it gets tipped, and that'll stay with the Bears. Nice job there by Tori Schlatter to get that pressure on.
Yeah, Paulding doing a nice job. They're really going 3/4 court press, not necessarily trying to pressure Bryan, but delay them from bringing the ball up the floor.
All the way to Fisher, puts it up and in. Avery Ann Fisher with 5 points. It's 8-4 Bears with 5:16 remaining first quarter. Addison Pease will pick up a cheap one from, they're going to give it to Fisher, I think. No, they're going to give it to Malanga. That'll be her first. I was going to say Fisher would be 2. We don't want that. Checking into the game is Emmy Miller for the Bears. Peace will bring it up, go left side. Now they'll feed underneath. Gets knocked off one of the Bryan defenders. Fisher will just go, keep it, puts up a scoop shot, no good. Rebound comes down to Paulding. A nice job there by Fisher to not foul. Ooh, looked like a little shuffle. Tori Schlatter will put one up, no good. Rebound will come down to Fisher. Fisher's running again. 4:43 remaining first quarter. Bears lead 8-4. Cross court, Miller. Miller looks to drive, then she'll kick it back. 3-ball in the air is no good. That was Vollmer that shot that.
And that's a shot she's going to have to shoot. She needs to make Dunham come out and defend it, because right now Dunham is not getting within 3 or 4 feet of Vollmer when she's outside the 3-point line. And when she kicks it, Chris, when Vollmer passes it, you watch Dunham, she all of a sudden just goes right back to that volleyball line. It clogs the entire middle up for us. So we'll kind of look for subs and some patterns to see if we can draw her out on the perimeter a little more.
They'll get it underneath to Dunham. Now back out to SDP, who makes a nice move, misses the shot. Rebound comes down, and Arnold's running. Good outlet pass by Miley Vollmer. Piper Hannah baseline will kick back over. 3-ball in the air for Miley Vollmer's no good. Rebound comes down to Paulding. Dunham did a great job with the rebound. They'll get it down quickly to SD Peace. Now she'll give it to the trailing player who misses a shot, a 3-ball. That was Addison Peace. And now the Bears will bring it down quickly, and Piper Hannah has it on the right wing. Hannah will go baseline. Back to Vollmer. Vollmer thought about another 3. She's missed the last 2, but nice to see her get one through the rim there.
You can see right now Dunham is really just playing a one-man zone, paying no attention to where Vollmer, the person, whoever she's guarding, is. She's going to be that rim protector and try to clog that lane up.
And she does right there as the Bears will turn it over with 3:23 remaining first quarter, and the Bears leading 8-4. Langham will bring it up now. Arnold calling the plays. Get it over to Vollmer. Thought about a three, then will kick back out. Arnold, cross court. Over to Piper Hanna, now back to Arnold. Miller on the perimeter. Back to Hanna, top of the key. Hanna looking to ball fake. Give to Vollmer off front iron this time. Rebound comes down to Paulding. Quick outlet. Schlachter has it. Schlatter will come inside. Look for Dunham, and Dunham just made it too easy right there. 6 points for Dunham. It's 8-6 Bears. 2:23 remaining first quarter.
Nice recognition and pass by Schlachter. Drew the defender off or realized the open player and got it to her right away.
Bears trying to move it around the perimeter. Cross court over to Vollmer. Vollmer shoots, and that one goes through. Took her a couple, but she makes one with 2:05 remaining first quarter.
And that's big. I mean, she makes one or two of those, and all of a sudden Dunham has to step out and defend her.
Yep.
That entire middle of that defense opens up for the Bears.
Schlatter will get it inside. Dunham loses the basketball. Had a little help from the Lady Bears, I think, and she's coming the other way. Ooh, I don't know if she was all the way over there. She was definitely on the line when she turned.
She had 2 of the 3 points established, but not all 3.
And nice 3 ball there for Piper Hanna, 2 for her. We go a minute 35 remaining, 14-6 Bears. This pace is definitely favoring Bryan.
No question.
Get it underneath to Dunham. Dunham triple team. Finally, they're going to bail her out with a foul on Josie Arnold. No, they're not. That'll be Emmy Miller. All right, we're going to see Abrianne Fisher check back in, and then Kelsey Thiel will check in for the first time tonight. Minute 23 remaining first quarter, 14-6 Bears. They get it in. Right back to her. Addison Peace will launch a three. It rattles like 3/4 of the way down the rim. And somehow Abrianne Fisher came out of there with a rebound. Fisher will wait for Langham to trail. Emmy Miller has it now. Perimeter. Gets it to Piper Hanna, who'll get between the circles and reset things up. Right side over to Kelsey Thiel. Now top of the key to Emmy Miller. Miller will go left side to Piper Hanna. Makes a nice move, goes around, and we're going to get a foul on Paulding. That'll be on number 1, Addison Peace. Her first, team's first, and Langham will... Jesse Kidston comes in for the first time, and Langham will have it on baseline under the Bears basket. Inbounds to Kidston. Back to Langham right away. Langham will drive, get double teamed, runs into trouble. Abrianne Fisher finds her, gets her out of it, misses the shot, then rebound comes down. 40 seconds to play first quarter. And that'll be a Paulding turnover right off the hands of Esty Peace. 36.3 to go here, first quarter. Bears lead 14-6 on the main stop scoreboard.
30 seconds left. I think the Bears are going to try to play for one, Chris. Oh, tough pass.
And they turn it over.
Play by 13, just got out in the lane.
And a foul will put her at the line.
SD Peace did a terrific job. She read that past the wing right away, kind of laid back in the weeds, so to speak, didn't show herself too early, just made a great anticipation of that wing pass. In fact, I didn't even see her. Just a terrific play by a kid who's been through a lot of battles with Paulding.
Peace will go to the line for a Welling Construction free throw. Welling Construction, a third-generation family-owned general contractor for quality custom homes, renovation projects, and commercial work. Contact us at 419-636-3712. .26 even on the clock, first quarter clock. That one is missed. Fisher will come down with it. She's running. Left side to Arnold. Arnold stops, pops, no good. Airs that one out of bounds, and it'll go back to Paulding.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's a shot that Coach Grostein won with 17 seconds left. I think he'd like to keep possession of that ball with a 7-point lead and see if they get the last shot of the quarter.
And while Josie Arnold's pretty good from the behind the arc, it is, that wasn't a great shot. She wasn't set. Lots of contact happening. The Bears come away with it. Heaving basket is no good by Avery Ann Fisher, and we go to the second quarter of play with the main stop scoreboard showing Bryan 14, Paulding 7. Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
I am blind, but I need not see. I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free.
Back on the Golden Bear Sports Network, Chris Malanga, Tim Meister here with you. We go to the second period of play, 14-7. Good first quarter by the Lady Bears.
Great first quarter by the Lady Bears. They were 4 for 9 from the three, Chris, and that certainly opened up a lot of lanes that forced Paulding to really step their defense out and spread them out. The old adage in basketball is if you shoot good, you look good no matter how you play. But in this quarter, the Bears really played well. They shot it well. We'll see what adjustments both teams make. If Paulding's going to try to defend the threes a little harder, we'll see if Bryan can make Dunham and their big kids step out a little further on offense, or excuse me, on defense.
All right, Bears have the basketball. Josie Arnold has it now. High post. Kicks it out to Fisher. Fisher head fakes and loses the basketball. A whole bunch of people end up on the floor, and basically Miley Vollmer will have a wide open three that rattles in and out. And we're going to get a foul on Piper Hanna. That's just hard-nosed defense happening, but that's Piper Hanna's second foul. 7:35 remaining here, second quarter, 14-7 Bears. And again, if you're just joining us on the stream, our clock is not working tonight, and so we will be trying to give you the time as best I can. Got to go back to those old radio days.
That's a big second foul on Piper Hanna.
Yeah, it is.
Her game has evolved so much this season. She is such a wonderful offensive threat. We can play her a lot of different positions. We'll see how long Coach lets her sit.
Bears get the Paulding Panthers a turnover, and then they turn it right back over. Now Tori Schlatter will come in, put up a shot, and they're going to call a block on Miley Vollmer. Boy, I tell you what, I thought Miley had perfect position.
Yeah, I'm not one to complain about officials much, but Miley had herself set. She never moved. The offense initiated the contact. They got an advantage by the contact. By the book, that really should have been an offensive foul, Chris. I completely agree with your summation on that.
Another Welling Construction free throw. Bears have not been to the line tonight. Tori Schlatter makes the traditional three-point play with 7:18 remaining here, second quarter. Bears have it with Langham. She'll kick back out to Emmy Miller, who came in because of Piper Hanna's second foul. Langham has it between the circles. We'll go left side to Arnold. Arnold down low. And it's knocked out of bounds and was helped by Kate Manns of Paulding, so the Bears will retain.
It is a game of adjustments, and right now Paulding's adjustment is they're going to defend us at 23 and 24 feet. Bryan's adjustment has to be get the ball on the floor and get it to the basket. You know, do not let them crowd you on the offensive end of the floor.
Turnover for the Bears, and Libby Breyer, who comes in, misses the shot. And now we're going to get a foul the other way on the rebound as Kate Manns will pick up foul number one. It's only the first team foul for Paulding the whole night, and it comes with 6:41 remaining in the second quarter. Bears have two. Well, that can't be right. Oh, resets every, never mind, resets every quarter. I forgot about that. See, it's been a few years since I've done a game.
Shake the rust off, Chris.
That's right.
Shake the rust off.
Bears with it, a little chaos. Arnold comes up with it. Over to Vollmer. Vollmer, nice job making people miss. She puts up a scoop shot. Tries to get it around Dunham. Just a miss there. Bears lead 14-10. 6:13 remaining, second quarter. Maya Langham has great defense right now. Underneath, shot up and missed, and rebound will come down to Anya Mead, the sophomore post player. Will put it up and in. And that cuts the lead to 14-12. Paulding on a little bit of a 5-0 run to start the quarter. Arnold will miss a shot from the painted area. They get it down, and now we're going to get a foul on Emmy Miller. That'll be 2 on her. And that'll put Paulding at the line again with Kate Manns. 5:38 remaining, second quarter. 14-12, Bears lead. First one up and good for Kate Manns. Second Welling Construction free throw coming. Main Stop scoreboard shows 14-12 in favor of the Golden Bears. Main Stop's open when you need them. You're always near Main Stop. Don't forget about Thirsty Thursday. Main Stop's in Northwest Ohio. Shot was missed. Rebound came down to Paulding and put up another quick shot. And the Bears will take it back. Arnold puts up a 3-ball. That one is true. 17-13 now, Bears. 5:20 remaining, second quarter.
See if we can get Josie going here on that. Sometimes all a shooter needs to see is that ball go through once.
And we got a traveling violation, actually double dribble on. I knew it was something. She did something. It just didn't look natural right there.
She did about 3 things. He had a smorgasbord of calls he could make, and he chose the middle one.
Addison Pease will check back in. Bears will have it 5-10. I feel like this is one of the few times the Bears have brought it up slowly.
Yeah, they have definitely tried to push the pace of the game.
Langham makes the girl miss, and then a big block by Anya Mead, but she will get called for the foul, and that'll put Amaya Langham to the foul line to shoot 2 Welling Construction free throws with 5:01 run remaining, second quarter. She made a nice move to get into that paint.
She did, and Anya Mead has really done a nice job of letting Dunham sit on the bench and get a little breather here. She come in, got a basket, got a couple of rebounds. She had the foul there, but really quality minutes for Paulding from her.
I have us as 18. Okay, 18-16. There we go.
And looking at Paulding's lineup, Chris, they just subbed Dunham back in but left Mead in. So now Paulding's got a big lineup. They've got 3 guards and they got 2 post players. Maybe they'll go a little high-low down here or a double post to see if they can force Bryan to defend them on the inside.
So Schlatter will bring it up.
Yeah, they're going to go to that 2-post offense, that 3-around-2 motion, try to get a high-low look just like that.
And it goes off the hands of Kaylee Dunham.
And that's a great job by Bryan. High-low is tough to defend when you have 2 good post players, but one thing Bryan did was they forced Dunham to post below the block and not above the block. That just limits that space where that pass can go to. So great job by the Bryan Lady Bears interior defense.
Yeah, you get them too close to the basket, it causes some issues there. Langham will bring it up for the Bears. 4:40 remaining, second quarter. Fisher has it now. Nice little fake. Drives around. Nice move, but unable to finish, and Anya Mead will pick it up. And now Paulding's running quickly. Manns gives over to SDP, so he'll go baseline, step on the line, and turn it over. I think we have a score correction. I think it's 19-13 is now what's showing on the scoreboard. I was thinking that perhaps Paulding got an extra 3 they didn't get. Arnold with it. We'll go to Kelsey Thiel. Thiel back out to Arnold. Arnold goes baseline. Shoots over top of Anya Mead. Rebound to Kidston. And wow. Lots of contact. Bodies hitting the floor. No whistles. Thiel has it now. And they finally come out to defend her. I'd like to see. I know that's not her shot, but
yeah, and she's got a mismatch. If she can get Mead on the outside and get her defender, she can get her to the basket pretty easy.
Thiel gives it back to Kidston. Kidston thought about a three. Gives back to Arnold. Kidston will do a nice job screening. Nice move by Arnold off the screen. Shot is missed. Maya Langham picks up the rebound, draws the foul. We'll head to the line. 3:22 remaining here, second quarter. Bears lead 19-13. Langham will head to the line for another Welling Construction free throw, and that'll be on Kaylee Dunham.
Great recognition by Josie Arnold. Paulding swished and left Mead on Arnold, and she realized immediately she had a mismatch from 17 feet away. Got to the basket. Even though she missed a shot, Chris, she created that help to step over, opened up us for another offensive rebound, and we're going to cash in at the line here.
I tell you what, Maya Langham was outside the three-point arc, did a nice job to come inside and snag that rebound and draw contact. That one is up and good. 21-13 now, a 3:22. Emmy Miller will check back in for Langham. Give her a break, and then we're also going to see Mira Mans. I guess that's Mariah? Interesting spelling.
I'm going to say it's Mariah.
I agree with Mariah. Bears will bring it up. Schlatter will give over to Mans. Mans will go underneath, and again, miscommunication. 2 or 3 times down there, they've tried to go down to Dunham, and it's either gone off her hands or just not where she was expected to be.
Yeah, again, Miley Ballmer did a nice job at not letting her step above that block again. That's just a very difficult pass. We used to have such a small margin of error. Look for Dunham to try to adjust to that and try to step her up and post a little higher next time.
We go under 3 minutes here, second quarter. 3 ball in the air, no good for Miley Ballmer. I'll tell you what, when she's missing, she isn't missing by much.
No, she's been on. She's been right on target, just hasn't got a couple bounces.
Schlatter with it. She'll drive, put up a shot. Nice defense there by the Bears to not foul and cause that shot to be missed. 2:40 remaining here, second quarter. Josie Arnold looks to drive. Gives over to Kidston. Kidston will give to Miley Ballmer. Ballmer, nice spin move. Trying to shake off Dunham. Arnold comes inside, bump, shot, good. 23-13, 10-point lead for the Bears, 2:19 remaining here, second quarter on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Great finish by Josie through contact. I mean, really almost could have been a blocking foul, and she just muscled that ball up and in.
Paulding will go the other way with Mans. Mans thought about a three, hesitated, now she's double teamed. She does get it off to another player, and that's a 2-ball for SD Peace. Made something out of nothing down there. Arnold will bring it up. Top of the key for Miller. Miller back to Arnold. Arnold double team will kick out Fisher. Fisher has it now cross court, top of the key. Miley Ballmer, 3-ball, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds off of Jesse Kidston, and it'll go to Paulding with 1:32 remaining here, second quarter.
Those are good shots by Miley Ballmer. I mean, if they don't defend her out there, she has to step up. She has to shoot it. She has to be a threat. If she doesn't, they don't guard her. So, again, no qualms. As a shooter, misses can't bother you. You have to just continue to take good shots, follow the process, not so much worry about the results.
Shot missed by Paulding, and I'll tell you what, that was some good offense right there for Paulding, as Kaylee Dunham did a great job of boxing out so that shot could even go up.
Yeah, she's just such a heady player. Just does all little things sometimes people don't see. I mean, not only is she a good scorer and a good passer, but she defends, she understands where her teammates are at, just does a terrific job.
Arnold will throw it away. I think there was some miscommunication. She wanted someone to go one way, and she went the other way. 1:11 remaining here, second quarter, 23-15. Be nice to get the Bears to get this to double digits again at the half. Schlatter with the basketball. Gives over to Kate Mans. Now to SD Peace. Peace gives back over to Schlatter. Schlatter will feed it inside. Ballmer does a nice job of disrupting it. We're going to get a jump ball underneath. Looked like a fumble on a football field. Everybody scrambled.
A lot of bodies on the floor after that.
51.8 to go here, second quarter. Paulding will get the jump ball. They get it right underneath. I tell you what, Bears had great defense for 4.2 seconds, and then they fell asleep for a second, and Mariah Manns put one up.
I think you had one who thought they were going to switch, and the other who thought they were going to stay, and I think they both did the same thing.
Underneath to Vollmer, puts up a quick shot, no good. Rebound comes down to Dunham, and we're going to get a late foul on Jesse Kidston. And Coach Grosjean is pointing to his head like, think.
I'll tell you one thing that drives you nuts as a coach, and kids do. Every high school game I watch it. They just fouled 94 feet from the basket. That girl is of no threat to score or an offensive threat, and you foul her that far away. Oh, it's why we have gray hair or no hair. And the smart ones, we get out of coaching. And some of us aren't statistician.
Paulding in trouble there. She picked up her dribble really early. Gets it over to Dunham. Then top of the key to Kate Manns, who launches a three, no good. 12 seconds to play. Let's see if Bears can get one before the half. Langham will bring it up quick. Langham will cross-court it to Fisher. Fisher has it, triple teamed, and she will be the beneficiary of a foul with 2.2 to go here. It's not really going to matter anything because only 3 team fouls.
What it does, it allows the Bears to set up an out-of-bounds play. And this is what you practice. You want to go to your best play. You know you got 2 seconds left. Look for a screen-to-screener type of action on this.
The whole team goes left. They get it underneath. Shot up. Oh, it rolls off for Vollmer, and the Bears will lead 23-17 as we go to the halftime report. And that was a good first half for the Lady Bears. Remember, main stop scoreboard tells us 23-17. Main stops are open. We need them. You're always near a main stop. Don't forget about Thirsty Thursday. Every Thursday, the main stops of Northwest Ohio. Chris Malanga, Tim Meister, going to take a timeout, come back with halftime stats and more after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
If you served, you may qualify for VA healthcare, even if you were denied before. New rules recognize burn pit and toxic exposure claims. We can help you apply, understand benefits, and access the care you've earned. Let us help protect your health. Today and for the future, contact us to see how we can help. Williams County Veterans Service Office. Veterans serving veterans. If you served, you may qualify for VA healthcare, even if you were denied before. New rules recognize burn pit and toxic exposure claims. We can help you apply, understand benefits, and access the care you've earned. Let us help protect your health. Today and for the future, contact us to see how we can help. Williams County Veterans Service Office. Veterans serving veterans.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Back on the Golden Bears Sports Network, halftime here with Chris Malanga and Tim Meister. The main stop scoreboard showing 23-17 in favor of the Bryan Golden Bears. All right, today's game being brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veterans Services of Williams County, Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, Baldy's Furniture, Stark's Plumbing and Heating, and Thiel Supply Center. All right, let's see if we've got some halftime stats that maybe might populate. Oh, they started to, but you can read them. You can read them, and we'll do that. There they go.
All right there. Well, let's start with Paulding. They were 6 for 19 total, 6 for 15 from the 2, 0 for 4 from the 3, 5 for 7 from the free throw line. Bryan forced 9 Paulding turnovers, which we'll talk about, and I think is huge. And offensive rebounds, Bryan limited Paulding to 2, 15 defensive rebounds. For the Bryan Golden Bears, they were 7 for 27 overall, only 2 for 14 from the 2, but an outstanding 5 for 13 from the three-point line. Got themselves to the free throw line 4 times and went 4 for 4. Only had 3 turnovers, which is huge. 3 offensive rebounds, 15 defensive rebounds. Chris, I think the difference in the game right now is the turnovers. Bryan was able to force Paulding into 9 turnovers, converted some of those into easy baskets and points, limited Paulding to only 2 offensive rebounds, and really did a nice job of playing good, solid team defense.
I think the Lady Bears, you're exactly right. That difference is the turnovers. I mean, they were relentless. We said they wanted them to play at a higher pace, and they played at a higher pace. And Paulding wants to camp out down there, get it to the girl inside, but Lady Bears did not allow that to happen.
Yeah, and you could tell from the get-go, both teams started out pressing, but for different reasons. Bryan pressed, tried to force the tempo. Paulding pressed to try to keep Bryan from getting the ball up the floor quickly, to try to make them walk the ball, take their time, make passes. So your presses can do different things. But I really thought as the second quarter wore on, Bryan did a really nice job of getting the tempo into what their liking was, getting the ball to the basket. As we said, they made some early threes, and that really helped spread the defense out as well.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And if you can shoot on the outside, as you said earlier in the half, they're going to start drawing out, because right now there is no defense whatsoever being played by Kaylee Dunham. None at all.
No, and my guess is that's just been some really good advanced scouting by Paulding.
Yep.
And probably most games that she plays, unless teams dictate with a smaller lineup, she does a nice job of staying inside there because she knows she can clog it up. And she's really athletic for a big kid.
She is.
She's got really good feet, so she can recover from 12 or 13 feet defending the rim and step out to 16 or 17. Again, we talked about Miley Vollmer or whoever's playing that 5 spot where Dunham has to guard them. They're going to have to be willing to show that they're willing to shoot that 3. They can make 2 or 3 more. Boy, does that really help us.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing that is, interesting with Paulding's defense is Paulding's lineup is they took out Dunham for a little bit and brought Anya Mead in, and then when Dunham decided to come back in, she came back in, and they left them both in there to try to get some of that high-low action.
They did, and they had 3 turnovers off that high-low action because Bryan did such a good job of pinning that low post under the block, as we said, not giving them any room to make that over-the-top pass.
Absolutely. Well, the main stop scoreboard shows 23-17. We're going to take a timeout, and we'll come back with more. We'll take a look at some halftime adjustments and see what other games are going on in the area. Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
From the first whistle to the final buzzer, life is filled with moments that shape us. Moments of victory, of challenge, of community. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're honored to stand by families through every season of life. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family owned, family focused.
Allie Held-Herman is a 2004 Bryan graduate and former Lady Bear basketball player. Allie tragically passed away in 2021, but she saved the lives of many others through organ donation. Allie's family encourages you to be an organ, eye, and tissue donor.
Our mom gave the gift of life. She is a hero. We love you, Mom.
Back on the Golden Bears Sports Network, 23-17. Bears lead at the half. Let's take a look at some scores from around the region. Final in the NWOL, but it's not really a league game. I think they play each other separately. Evergreen beats Swanton 41-15. Final from Hicksville, Fairview 62, Hicksville 55. Tenora beats Continental 34-31. At the end of one, Northview 12, Napoleon 6. That's boys basketball. And did you have an OG score there? End of one, OG 14, Shawnee 4. There you go. Matthew Clark helping us out with some some stuff tonight, getting us some scores from around the region, so we appreciate him as always. And let's take a look. Coach Meister, put on the coaching cap and tell me what halftime adjustments both teams are going to make here.
Yeah, if you're Bryan, I think the only offensive adjustment Coach Groshny is going to want to make is make your dribbles and your movement north and south, not east and west, especially when you can get those kids to come out and defend you. I think we can do a better job of getting the ball to the basket by getting north and south. But as far as offense and defense, if you held done on the 6, you turned them over 9 times. You gave up 2 offensive rebounds. I think if you're him, status quo is good. Just keep doing what you're doing. If you're Paulding, you're going in and saying, look, we got a huge size advantage down low. We need to make sure she touches the ball on the offensive end. She doesn't have to score, but boy, when she touches it, it sure draws a lot of attention and opens up a lot of other things. I also think Paulding, as strange as it sounds, being 23-17, I think they're going to want to slow the pace of the game down. Even though they're behind, I don't think they want to get into an up-and-down game. Now, they'll run and take advantage of it when they have it, but as far as just the overall pace of play, I think they want to get into a half-court offense, Chris, and make us defend them down low.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's definitely the case, and good analysis there, Coach.
I used to do this at one time. I wasn't very good at it, but I used to do it, so I do remember a couple things. One thing I want to mention, too, you mentioned Meade coming in the bench for Paulding and really getting them good minutes. How about the job Emmy Miller did when Piper Hanna got in foul trouble? So she came out early in the second, and in my mind I thought he can let her sit for 3 minutes, maybe 4, and then you send a kid like Piper back in and say, look, just don't pick up your third. But because Emmy played so well and we were able to extend that lead, he can let Piper sit. Now she can play the second half as aggressive as she normally does. As I said before, I think she's such a key component because her offensive game has become so much better. She can defend, she can get to the basket. Again, just gives us a nice element to have.
Absolutely. Today's game being brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Andrews O'Neill, No, Baldy's Furniture, Starks Plumbing and Heating, and Thiel Supply Center. Our out-of-town scores tonight being brought to you by WBNO WQCT. No one covers Williams County sports like 100.9 B-Rock, and follow the Bryan Golden Bears all season long on Q96.5. Listen on air or online at WBNO WQCT.com. Chris Malanga, Tim Meister here with you. Bears will get the ball to start, and Paulding comes out with aggressive defense. Fisher will get it across. Actually, that's Piper Hanna. And Paulding just swiping at every ball, and we definitely see some ratcheted up defensive pressure here early on the first 15 seconds of this quarter.
Yeah, and this is the point we talked about where Bryan has to be able to put the ball in the hands of the playmaker, get into that triple threat position, just get the ball to the basket.
Farmer will go baseline, give over to Hanna. Nice job by Hanna to save that. Now Hanna will drive herself, give back out to Vollmer. Vollmer will come inside, put up a shot. No good. Rebound will come down to Paulding. 7:31 remaining here first quarter. Paulding running, puts up a shot, no good, and they're going to get another blocking foul. And again, it looked like the Bears were in position. That one might have been.
Yeah, she might have been a step late, but right idea to try to get there.
So that'll put Schlatter at the line. Leading scorer for Paulding so far is Kaylee Dunham with 6. First one up and out.
One of the things that Coach Groshny has always done a terrific job at when teams want to pressure us, like you see Paulding starting to, he always runs that little isolation play where he clears out a side, lets the player go one-on-one. So I look for him to get Josie Arnold or Avery Ann Fisher to get the ball, isolate them, clear a side out, see if they can beat their man off the dribble.
That one no good either, so they go 0 for 2, but the problem is Kaylee Dunham picked it up on the rebound, and a big rainbow arcing shot no good, and a third shot, and that time Josie Arnold got a little block there. They'll bring it up with Langham, reset their offense. Langham will go right side on the wing, work around a screen. Well, she gives it to Arnold. Arnold, nice move, shot up, and that is going to be a foul being drawn. That was Piper Hanna. Arnold found Hanna streaking in there from the short corner. Hanna made a nice little move. I don't even know what you call that. Little shake and bake.
Yeah, a little shake and bake, a little up and under. And that's what we talked about, Chris. Bryan cleared out that side. They overloaded the left side of the floor, left Piper open on that right side one-on-one, and she made a great backdoor cut. Great find by Josie.
First, Welling Construction free throw. The second quarter is good. Welling Construction, a third-generation family-owned general contractor for quality custom homes, renovation projects, and commercial work. Contact us at 419-636-3712. Both of them are good by Piper Hanna. And the Bears lead 25-17 as the clock ticks under 7 minutes to play here third quarter. And all of a sudden, the Golden Bears have some pressure, and I'm not sure about that. Maya Langham had the basketball and got whistled for the foul. And the only reason the player fell to the ground is because she was trying to pull the ball away from Langham. Now the Bears pull off a little bit of pressure. Emmy Miller defending and does a nice job defending. Fisher will get it quickly, bring it down, wait for some traffic to clear, give it to Arnold. Arnold launches a three. Good! Nothing but cords from behind the arc.
That's huge. That's a turnover in the three. That's a 5-point swing.
6:30 remaining here. 28-17 Bears, and it'll be a timeout for Paulding. Timeout, so I got to get our live reading because that's the first one we've had. Timeout sponsored by S&S Directional Boring. When it comes to your home or farm, make the smart play from new main water and sewer lines to field drainage. S&S Directional Boring keeps things flowing underground so you can take your timeout in peace. S&S does it right the first time. Call 419-630-0729. And now you can tell me what you want to say. Sorry. Got to pay the bills.
Yeah, it's okay. I get a little excited. I get back in that old groove a little bit. I was just going to say right before you called the timeout, if you're Coach Rothstein, you want to keep your foot on the gas because this is an 11-point game and 2 more baskets all of a sudden. A 15-point gap is huge. And I was just going to say, if you're Coach Arenella, I think I want to have a little chat. He called timeout right before
just
I thought
as you
about
said
that.
it.
Yeah, and it's great. And again, and you're in this position if you're Paulding, one kid's going to touch the ball in this possession. It's going to be Dunham. She doesn't, again, Chris, I sound like a broken record. She doesn't have to score it, but she's going to touch on this possession because we're going to go back to what got us here, and that is play through the inside player. So we'll see what Paulding does.
Paulding has the basketball. They'll hand off to Mans. Mans will go inside, miss the shot, but she was able to kick it out. There you go, as you said, to Dunham, who makes the basket for her 8th point. 6:07 remaining, third quarter. Oh, they're looking for a travel.
Yeah,
she probably had one.
She probably had one.
Fire it over to Fisher. Coach Christian wants a timeout. He's not happy about that right now, how the Lady Bears are playing. It looked like Paulding kind of shifted over to a zone a little bit.
They really went to a run and jump. Again, this is the kind of situation you want to get Paulding into because they don't like to play this pace of game. But getting behind by double digits, you're forced to do some things defensively. So they tried to trap. Well, when you try to trap, the last place you want to be is in the corner, and the last thing you want to do is dribble towards the baseline, and Avery Ann did both. But I will tell you, that's difficult as a player because that's your instinct. You see it, you go to the basket, you see the trap comes from, the top, and you get it towards the baseline. That looks like the opening, not knowing that's where the second trap's going to come from. So I'm sure he's telling her, get the ball to the middle because if we get it out of the first trap, we're going to have a layup. So I'm sure those are the conversations that are happening in that timeout.
All right, so Arnold will inbound on the baseline. Gets to Fisher. Fisher back to Arnold. Arnold gets double teamed at the top of the key. Finds Emmy Miller on the right side. Cross court, Fisher launches a three. Got it. Oh, Avery Ann Fisher. 8 points of the night, 5:30 remaining third quarter.
Textbook how to beat a 2-3 zone trap. Ball never touched the floor. Got it out of 2 double teams, found the open shooter, and buries the 3. Great job by Bryan.
Then Bryan puts pressure the other way, but they find Kaylee Dunham, and again, there you go on the other end.
Yeah.
Ball goes through Dunham, 10-point lead for the Bears, 5:12 remaining.
Yeah, our backside press has to rotate a little better. They cannot let her have uncontested looks like that.
Underneath to Miller, then kick back out. Arnold for 3 on the left side. That got tipped. Emmy Miller comes in and fights through the rebound and steps on the line. I tell you what, the hustle Emmy Miller coming in to spell people when they've had foul trouble between Piper Hanna and Amaya Langham, it's been great.
She has been outstanding.
She has. The sophomore has played some great minutes tonight. Paulding will bring it down quickly. 3-ball in the air. And they're going to say that Josie Arnold fouled her.
Yeah, you have to give the shooter.
I was looking at the shot, and I didn't see the defense.
You have to give the shooter room to come down, and Josie contested the shot, but instead of contesting it off to the side of the player, she contested it in the middle of the player, and your momentum takes you. Then you have to give that jump shooter places to land. So, pretty good call.
So Kate Mans will have 3 here. First one is good. Timeouts, free throws brought to you by Welling Construction, a third-generation family-owned general contractor for quality custom homes, renovation projects, and commercial work. Contact us at 419-636-3712. 31-23 as shot number 2 is good. 4:49 remaining third quarter. Shot number 3 is good. 31-24. Bears moving down quickly. Fisher back out. Arnold launches a 3 off front iron, and Emmy Miller kick it out of bounds as she was going in for the rebound again. And I'll tell you what, passing with a purpose right there. That was some hard passing. Yes. Hard bounce passing, quick passes.
And the Bears have to make sure they don't fall in love with the 3 against this 2-3 zone trap. You're going to get a lot of open 3s, but you're also going to get a lot of open looks if you're patient.
Kate Mans just threw it right over Dunham's head, and the Bears got it on the turnover. Underneath, shot up by Miller's no good. Rebound, Piper Hannah. Hannah will reach the get called. Paulding will get called for the foul. What I'm trying to say.
Yeah, nice job by Piper digging herself down in there. I've always said a key to a good rebounding team is your guards are willing to dig down in and help out, not just your big kids rebounding. And again, Piper with a nice hustle play right there.
4:14 remaining third quarter. Bears inbound under their own basket. Arnold 3-ball. She get hit when she threw that up, and it didn't go anywhere. I could hear the contact from up here. Mans launches a 3. That's no good. Rebound comes down to Paulding. And a 3-bear there for SDP. So let's see if Coach Grosstein's going to want to talk about it as the lead gets cut to 4.
Yep, the Bears went from giving up no offensive rebounds to 3 offensive rebounds in the last 3 possessions, and all 3 of those have been huge.
3-ball for Thiel is good. She was not sure she wanted to shoot that, but once she did, it went right in.
Yeah, and that is, as we talked about, Chris, that is so huge because you have to force Dunham to make a decision now.
They get it all the way down to SDP, so go baseline, and they'll kick out to Mans, now top of the key for Schlatter. She made a couple over there. Rebound comes down to Thiel. And great job by the Lady Bears, 1 and done down there. 3:16 remaining third quarter. Piper Hannah with the basketball, gives over to Langham. Langham, nice move, puts up a shot. Good. Right over Kaylee Dunham.
Really nice job by Langham of not settling for the 3. Shot fake, got the ball in the basket against that zone. Just huge to make Paulding now have to defend multiple things.
Paulding the other way. In the corner right now is Tori Schlatter. And stolen away by Josie Arnold. Fisher comes away, puts up a shot, and jump ball will go to Paulding. 2:35 remaining third quarter, 36-27.
That's the second time we've seen that little 6-foot, 7-foot scoop shot / finger roll / floater. I'm not sure what even to call it.
A couple of those went in last year.
Yeah, I have said this before. Avery Ann Fisher is a magician inside.
She is.
She gets her body parts and the ball around defenders to the basket as good as any kid I've seen in a long time.
Paulding the other way with it. SD Peace. Will she go top of the key? Now right back to her. Loses the basketball. Paulding having trouble controlling things. Over to Addison Peace. Baseline. Schlatter looks to drive. 1 dribble. Shot up no good. Rebound comes down. Bears had it secured where there were 2 of them, so they were concerned they both let go of the ball. 2:06 remaining. Bears lead by 9. 36-27. Third quarter. Arnold with it. And knocked out of bounds. No, saved it. And now it's knocked out of bounds. But it'll stay right here. Tell you what, active hands for the Paulding defense right now.
Yep. They're trying to use their length. They've done a pretty good job of it. I'd like to see the Bears again square up the basket, get the ball to the basket when they can.
Arnold with it. She'll launch a three. Good. I didn't think that was going to be tall enough. I thought it was going to hit front iron, but it went right over.
When she gets a gap and Josie Arnold gets square and plays off 2 feet, she is a deadly shooter.
She is. 3 ball the other way is no good for SDPs, but they got the rebound. She'll try it again. No good. Out of bounds. Nope. They threw it back in, and the Bears caught it, trying to save it. So now the Bears will slow things way down. Arnold has it. Right wing. Thiel at the top of the key. Now over to Langham. Perimeter. Langham back to Arnold. Arnold looks to drive and will kick to Vollmer. Vollmer top of the key. Nice spin moves, loses the basketball. Rebound picked up by Addison Peace. She'll come the other way. They let traffic pass by, and SD Peace will put it up. And now Coach Marinello wants another timeout with 50.7 to go. So this will be another S&S directional boring timeout, 39-29. I didn't see whether it's a 30-second timeout, so we'll just keep things right here, talk about this 10-point lead.
I always find it interesting when coaches call timeout with under a minute left in the quarter. You certainly know you're going to be limited to 1 or 2 possessions. You know you have a timeout in a very close game with 50 seconds left in the third. I go back to my thought process was always, I don't want to have to call a timeout under a minute in the third quarter if I don't have to. Now, the reason you do so is, 1, you see something that you want to look at to know if you can go back to the fourth quarter. And 2 is if you see something that, hey, I don't want this to get above 10, and I know Bryan's going to run this. I want to remind my kids to stop this. It's an important possession. So I want to see if they change defenses. They've been going to that 2-3 trap. I want to see if he gets out of it and plays little man, if he's going to try to half-court trap. I got to believe there's going to be some type of an adjustment. Otherwise, you just wasted a timeout.
All right, so the Bears will have it.
Full-court press.
Yep.
That was his adjustment. I think he wants to see if he can press Bryan, if he has to go to this in the fourth quarter if he's down.
Arnold will bring it up.
It's going to be a man-to-man run and jump, Crystal. The Bears just have to pass out of it.
Piper Hanna back out to Thiel. She'll try another 3. That one's no good. Rebound knocked around, and Libby Breyer will pick it up for Paulding, and she'll go coast to coast, really out of control. Hits the deck, no foul. Probably good call, no way. Either way, I mean.
Yep, that was a good no call.
That one was not. As Addison Peace tried to go there, and she picked up the foul on Langham. That's 4 on her. So really quickly, Emmy Miller is going to check back in.
That's one Coach Groshine did not want to see either.
Another Welling Construction free throw coming from Addison Peace. First one's up and good.
And the adjustment for Bryan is that's a twofold adjustment because not only are you playing Emmy Miller, but you have to move someone else to the point because Langham's typically played the point guard for you. So we're going to have to do kind of a double adjustment here on the defensive end and the offensive end.
That is no good. Rebound comes down, and there's a fight for it. Via jump ball, go to the Bears. So the Bears will have 18.4 to go here. The end of the quarter with a lead of 9. They need to get it in first. They give it to Fisher. Fisher will go sideline.
Good.
Just outrun her man.
Yep.
And then she runs into traffic. Jump ball goes right back to Paulding. So again, active hands on the Paulding defense.
You know, she did exactly what she should have done. She beat the double team off the dribble, but then she got stuck in that corner again, Chris. If she just crossed over and got to the middle of the floor, that kind of takes the trap away.
10 seconds. 8, 6, 3. 3 ball in the air, no good. And that's the end of the third quarter of play. The main stop scoreboard shows 39-30 in favor of the Golden Bears. Going to take this timeout, come back with the final 8 minutes after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The Bryan Parks Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Discover great job skills training at Northwest State. With over 50 different programs available, there is something for everyone. Providing hands-on training and education is the community college advantage.
Trust is built when we know someone has our back, on the field, in the stands, and in life. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're more than a service provider. We're neighbors and friends. For generations, families have trusted us to care for their loved ones with compassion and dignity.
Back on the Golden Bears Sports Network, final 8 minutes here. The main stop scoreboard shows 39-30 in favor of the Golden Bears. Chris Malanga, Tim Meister here with you, and Coach, it's been a fun one.
It's been an excellent basketball game. Two teams playing really, really hard. Third quarter, Bears did such a terrific job in that first half. Only gave up 2 offensive rebounds. They gave up 6 in the third quarter alone. So I think the Bears' key to this quarter is they got to score, obviously. They also cannot give Paulding second chance looks.
Oh, nice job there by Abrianne Fisher to draw contact and the foul. Josie Arnold was in no man's land, had no one. I didn't know what she was going to do. We were getting towards a 5 count, and somewhere out of nowhere, Abrianne Fisher came through.
Josie couldn't have been in a worse offensive position. Right. She had the ball. She had no dribble. She had her back to the basket. But again, she's been through the battles as a senior, and she was smart enough just to take a breath, find that open cutter, and get it to her.
Fisher gets point number 9 for her. It's 7:44 remaining fourth quarter. That one is good too. So 11-point ball game. Paulding will come now with the basketball. Bears with a little bit of token pressure. Now they try to trap and they get out of it. Libby Breyer has it now. She'll go all the way baseline, put up an air ball. Rebound comes down to Josie Arnold. The Bears were going to run, and then Josie put the brakes on a little bit. She'll cross the timeline. Give to Miley Vollmer. Vollmer will go. I'm sorry, that's Jessie Kidston.
Yeah, the Bears are going to put her on the floor and get to the basket because Paulding is just stepping out and pressuring everywhere.
And right now they're even bringing out Dunham pressure out at the top of the key.
And they're playing, and their help side is really stepping out. So, I mean, if Bryan can get a quick reversal, get it to the basket, there's not going to be a lot of help. I think they'll get themselves a layup or a foul.
Arnold has it. She'll just launch a 3-ball off front iron. And tracking down is Mariah Mans. Paulding will get it down quickly. 3-ball in the air is no good. Rebound tipped by Mans to Breyer, then back to Addison Pease. Pease will go baseline, and they're going to call a foul on Jessie Kidston.
Yeah, I see Coach Grosh getting a little frustrated there. I don't think he's frustrated by the call. He's frustrated by they haven't made that call all night.
Right.
And then all of a sudden you're 6.5 left in the fourth quarter. That's the first time you've made that call. Your kids have already adjusted to it, so just consistency is what coaches ask for.
Some confusion down there on Paulding. They get it into Dunham. Dunham will give to Mans. Now they try to go left side to Pease. Bears are doing a good job with defense right here. Addison Pease with it. Will look to drive, put up an off-balance shot, no good. Rebound comes down to Fisher, and she just stole it away. It's pure will right there.
Excellent defense by the Bears. Forced a bad shot, and everybody did a great job of boxing out, securing the rebound.
6:08 remaining fourth quarter. Thiel, shot in, good. That was just inside the arc. Like 18-footer. Coming the other way, Schlatter. Puts up a shot off front iron. She left it short. Rebound to come down to Kidston. Bears wanted a foul right there, but they got the ball. Arnold will stand on the perimeter. Look to drive, lose the basketball. They're going to bail her out with a foul. Foul on number 13, SDP. That'll be 2 on her.
Yeah, at this point, I heard Coach Grosjean just say this, you've got to be strong with the basketball.
Yep.
Don't turn your back to the basket. Catch it, square up, face your defender, see the floor, because you're going to get some backdoor cuts here and some open looks.
Tall pass. Thiel got it. She'll come inside, look for some help, then give back out. Arnold loses the basketball again. Had a little help there. Comes inside, foul, draw, contact on, I think that's going to be Kaylee Dunham's 4th foul.
And that's just great recognition by the Lady Bears, Chris. Everything we just talked about. Move the ball quickly, let Paulding step out, made a nice pass. Piper Hannah got the ball to the basket. Just those are the things you do to offset pressure from the defense.
First one up and in for Hannah. She now has 9 on the night. 5:24 remaining 4th quarter. 44-30. Make it 45-30 Bears. Paulding will inbound. Bears a little bit of pressure. Look to trap. They get it. They break the trap all the way down. And nice job there by the Bears to knock it away. That was great defense by Kelsey Thiel.
Yep. And there you can see why Paulding does not like to play up tempo. They got in a hurry. They got a little frustrated. They got a little panic. They made a pass they probably wouldn't normally make. Good job by the Bears of forcing that turnover. 15-point game, Chris. To me, this is a huge point for Bryan. If you can come down and get a basket or two and get this thing to 17 or 19, that's just a whole different ball game.
Absolutely. Piper Hannah looks to drive, comes inside, kicks out to Kidston, nope, she stepped on the line. As soon as Piper Hannah crossed the foul line, every Paulding defender came for a visit.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And that's probably one where, honestly, Piper may have been a little too unselfish. I wouldn't mind to see her try to shoot that.
Get some
Go
contact.
Up, break some contact, get to the line again.
Tori Schlatter will bring it up, try to get underneath to Mans. Mans puts it up and in. I don't know how Mans had control of that to even take a shot.
Terrific job of controlling that high bounce pass.
Bears will bring it up under the press from Paulding. They break it. Arnold has it on the left wing.
Square up, be patient. You're going to get an open look.
4:29 remaining here. 45-32 Bears. And we're going to get a foul on Mariah Mans. 4th team foul. So again, I messed this up earlier, but after 5 fouls in a quarter, we're shooting 2.
And you get into a 4th quarter where you're shooting free throws on every foul. That's just another offensive tool you have.
You're close, too, with 4 fouls. Rare turnover for Avery Ann Fisher. Just dribbled it too high. Paulding move it down quickly. Nice offense by them. Kate Mans puts it up and in. Cuts the deficit to 11.
Paulding's not going to go away.
Nope.
I mean, that's why I wanted to see this get to 17 or 19, because they're scrappy. They're veteran. They've been through, a very successful season last year. These kids understand what it takes to win. So this is not going to be an easy last 4 minutes by any stretch.
45-34 on the Main Stop scoreboard. Main Stop's open where you need them. You're always near a Main Stop. Thirsty Thursday every Thursday at the Main Stops in Northwest Ohio. I may have to stop by the Main Stop on the way home and get myself a fountain pop for my throat here.
I'm just excited you gave me permission to have Thirsty Thursday, Chris.
I did.
You are my favorite play-by-play guy. You saw the side-eye look the statistician gave me, right?
Other scores from around the area. It is the Cowboys and the Lions 3-3. First quarter. I feel like a must-win for my Detroit Lions. So.
Yeah, another loss, they certainly are going to have to chase some playoff teams, aren't they?
Yep, they are.
Them and the Cowboys are kind of in the same situation. Yep. I think both of them feel like this is a must-win.
All right, 3:58 to go. 45-34. The next full timeout, I'll tell you a quick little story. It's more than a 30-second timeout story. Bears with it. Kidston in the backcourt. Nice job there by Arnold to get it over the timeline with a heavy bounce pass. Hannah will give to Thiel. Right now it's about ball handling. Who's going to handle the basketball? Arnold with it. Piper Hannah finds her up, and it just rolled off. Paulding will come up quickly. Nice job there by Avery Fisher to knock it out, and they're going to give it to the Bears.
Great look, great pass. Piper just couldn't finish it, but boy, the right play all the way around.
Absolutely.
No issues with that offensive possession at all. In fact, I'd like to see about 4 more just like it, because the Bears are going to make that shot more often than not.
Amaya Langham will check back in with her 4 fouls. 3:22 remaining here. Running is Fisher. Gives to Langham. Langham, nice move, drive, shot, good. Amaya Langham, 0.7 and 8. 3:10 remaining, fourth quarter.
What great execution by the Bears, their last 3 offensive possessions. They have taken on that pressure, and they've gotten easy looks and easy baskets.
Paulding with the basketball. Down 13. 3 ball in the air, no good. Rebound comes down to Theo. Ooh, got it stolen right away. And now Avery Fisher will just intercept a pass as Paulding was trying to get it to one of their players. 2:37 remaining, fourth quarter.
Now you're going to see Bryan go to that open post offense again and just try to get back cuts, try to beat the traps with passing.
Timeout called by Coach Gross-Jean. Wants to chat about it.
He is not happy.
He is not happy. It's going to be a full timeout. We're just going to keep it right here. I just want to tell you about how things have gone this day. I want to give a big shout out to the crew because it has been a rough day. Moved the truck behind the school this afternoon, and with the construction, we can't just leave it out here. So, I was trying to get all that set up. Meanwhile, my son, Tony, who graduated from this program, flying in Orlando, sits in the airport all day so he can be connected in to try to get things working. And so he is hopefully on his way back home tonight. And I just have to give him a big shout out because he spent his entire day. Like, you want to get in the airport, you want to land and you want to go home. He stayed and tried to help things out. So,
Chris, I've had a couple people ask me about, doing the games and how much we enjoy it. And, it sounds like we have a lot of fun. I said we do. I said, but here's the one thing you don't understand. You don't understand the immense amount of work it takes Chris Malanga and those kids on his crew to make this happen. You see the end product, but there's hours and hours of prep time. Like you said, you have technical glitches, there are other glitches. For people to be able to watch as grandparents in Florida, or grandparents who want to get out in the weather, or just aunts and uncle or whoever. This is such a great thing. So kudos to you and all your crew.
Thank you.
Shout out to Tony in Florida.
Absolutely. Hopefully he's asleep by now and didn't hear any of that. That's what I'm hoping anyway. Oh, my goodness. Fisher hit the deck, and she's going to get called for traveling. 2 players knock her to the ground, but her feet shuffled.
Yeah, and that's one again. I'm not sure if there's too much time left, but I think certainly Bryan wants to think about the fact that Paulding will have to foul him to get the ball back. The next foul, they're going to be shooting free throws. So I think they want to be a little less aggressive offensively and force Paulding to foul him and get himself to the free throw line.
Paulding moving around quickly. Addison Pease on the perimeter. She'll drive inside, lose the basketball. Picked up by Schlatter. Schlatter will put up a shot, miss it, but draw the foul. Foul is going to be on Kelsey Thiel. That'll be her first. We're going to play offense for defense here with Amaya Langham.
Yes. And we gave a shout out to Emmy Miller for her role in the first half. I think we have to say the same thing about Jesse Kiss in the second half. She has just come in and just been steady Eddie. Been terrific when Langham has been in foul trouble. Probably got asked to play more minutes tonight than she thought she was going to, and really stepped up and done a yeoman's job.
47-36. The lead is cut to 11 with 2:09 remaining, fourth quarter. Bears lead on the main stop scoreboard. Langham just dribbling all around defenders. Underneath to Thiel, puts up a shot, draws contact, will head to the line. That'll be a foul on Addison Pease, and Wet was drawn up perfectly with the contact.
That's one of these coaching player conversations where Coach Gross-Jean says, Josie, that's a great pass, don't ever do that again. And really good hands by Thiel, too. She did a great job of catching the basketball.
First one is up and missed. Welling Construction sponsors our free throws, a third-generation family-owned general contractor for quality custom homes, renovation projects, and commercial work. Contact us at 419-636-3712. Up and good for the second one. Lead is 12 with 1:58 remaining in the contest. Langham will sit down from the defensive end. Paulding will bring it up. Screen is set. Peace. Quick kick over. Right back to her, though. Open lane, and she got fouled. That's going to be on Kelsey Thiel. That'll be her third. We're going to see Kaylee Dunham check back in. Dunham comes in with 4 fouls. So same thing, little offense for defense. They want to get it to her. They don't get it to her, though. Big hard shot, no good. Rebound comes down to the Bears. And now we're going to get a foul, and that'll be foul number 5 on Kaylee Dunham, and she's going to have a seat for the night as she will foul out of the contest with 1:37 remaining. And it's a shooting foul, too. All the way across over here. You pick up the foul and walk all the way down there to take a couple foul shots.
Nice job by Coach Arenello. He knew she had 5, and he told her to run down the other end of the floor because it bought him a little extra time. Iced the free throw shooter a little bit. Let everybody kind of take a break, get a little extra pause there. It's a good veteran coaching move.
First one up for Kidston is good.
Again, can't say enough about her effort here in late in the third and fourth quarter, what she's provided for this team tonight. Again, games like this, when you get production from your bench, it's terrific.
Second one is left short. And knocked out of bounds to Paulding, and it should stay right here. They're going to confer about this. I thought that went right off of SDP's hands.
They're going to call a jump ball because nobody saw it. It's going to be the easy way out. Yep.
You know, Tim, with the jump balls, I don't know if you got over to the Arts and Ed to see that little scrimmage in the gym.
I did not.
But we had no possession arrow, so every jump ball was a jump ball.
I love it. I love it. That's back in the olden days.
Yes, it was. 49-36.
Some of us played under those conditions, Chris.
Yep, absolutely. Quick 3-ball by Paulding is no good. Rebound comes down to Fisher. She has a nose for the basketball, doesn't she?
Yes, she does.
Josie Ronald with it as we go to 1:15. We'll see if we'll get some fouls here.
Yeah, but at this point, I don't think we should shoot a shot because they're going to have to foul us.
Yep.
Just stay strong with the basketball, and we will be just absolutely fine.
Do not put your back to the basket.
Yes.
Keep the defender in front of you and let it go as we go under a minute to play.
This is where you tell your kids, you catch it, you square up, don't dribble unless you have to.
Knocked away by Paulding, and they're going to get an easy one here as SDPs will put it up. And we got a timeout. This will be a full one. Timeout's brought to you by S&S Directional Boring. When it comes to your home or farm, make the smart play. From new main water and sewer lines to field drainage, S&S Directional Boring keeps things flowing underground so you can take your timeout in peace. S&S does it right the first time. Call 419-630-0729. Let's take 30 seconds back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Trust is built when we know someone has our back, on the field, in the stands, and in life. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're more than a service provider. We're neighbors and friends. For generations, families have trusted us to care for their loved ones with compassion and dignity.
They got stereo calling us back in the truck there. Everybody's sharing the load. Oh, my goodness. So, 49-38. Thoughts on this one?
If you're Paulding right now, you're trying to trap, you're trying to get a turnover. He would like to, again, get a possession or two where he can get this under 10. If you're Bryan, again, hold on to the basketball, be strong, go to the free throw line, make your free throws. I mean, it's pretty elementary on both sides of the ball right now. Again, as I told you, though, Paulding is just so scrappy. It's the way they've been coached. It's the way those kids have been brought up under Coach Arenella. They're not really looking at the scoreboard. They're going to play to the final second. So if you're Coach Grosjean, you're telling your kids, strap it on for another 48 seconds because this one will go to the end. They're going to play you tough.
48.7. Bears get it inbounded. Langham with the basketball. She gets double teamed. We'll get it over to Piper Hannah. Hannah will cross the timeline. Give to Arnold. Arnold to Thiel. 35 to play. Back to Arnold.
Wow, Paulding's choosing not to foul.
Yep.
And the Bears doing a great job of just handling the ball, being strong, squaring up. Terrific job.
Fisher with the basketball, 14 to play. Back to Langham. This will be a good win for the Lady Bears.
Great win for the Lady Bears.
3, 2, 1, and we're done as the Lady Bears victorious by a score of 49-38. And while we're calculating some stats, we'll get some quick thoughts from Coach Meister on this one.
I think it's a great win for Bryan. You played a veteran team who are in district finals, who returned 5 lettermen, who have some contributions from some younger kids. And really, you took control right from the get-go.
Yep.
The game really, once it got to 6 or 7 points, Bryan just slowly escalated the lead, kept doing things we talked about, Chris, fundamentally well. I thought they made some great adjustments when Paulding decided they were going to step out a little farther. And for the most part, other than maybe a stretch or two, I thought the Lady Bears did a great job controlling Dunham on the inside and limiting the offensive rebound. They had a bad stretch in the third quarter, but you're going to have that over the course of the game. For the most part and for the majority of the game, I thought they did a great job on the boards.
Absolutely, and it was a great overall effort by the Lady Bears, and we're going to take a timeout. We're going to come back with some stats and much more from Bryan here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
If you served, you may qualify for VA health care, even if you were denied before. New rules recognize burn pit and toxic exposure claims. We can help you apply, understand benefits, and access the care you've earned. Let us help protect your health. Today and for the future, contact us to see how we can help. Williams County Veterans Service Office. Veterans serving veterans.
Back on the Golden Bear Sports Network, Chris Malanga, Tim Meister, and what a game. The Lady Bears victorious here. And keep up with all the Bryan sports action by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Get notified when we go on the air for each game too. Head to youtube.com/Bryan Sports and hit the subscribe button. Let's take a look at our individual stats. We're getting our team stats put in.
Yeah, let's go ahead and go with individual scoring. For the Paulding Panthers, Addison Peace had 1. Anya Mead had 2. Mariah Mans had 4. Tori Schlatter had 5. And leading the Paulding Lady Panthers tonight were Esty Peace with 10 and Kaylee Dunham with 10. We knew Dunham coming in and Peace were the two best players. Dunham was the player that Coach Groshine was concerned about. Great job by the Lady Bears of keeping her in check. For the Golden Lady Bears, Jesse Kiston with 1, but again, terrific minutes from her off the bench tonight. Miley Vollmer had 3. Kelsey Thiel had 6. Amaya Langham had 8. Piper Hanna with 10. Avery Ann Fisher with 10. And Josie Arnold led the way with 11 points for the Lady Bears.
Balanced scoring right there.
Very balanced scoring in. That is something coming in that I really thought Paulding was going to give us a lot of problems with because they are so balanced scoring. And we kind of turned the tables on them, Chris, because we had 3 people with double digits. We had another one with 8 and another one with 6. That's awful good balance for high school. You take that day in, day out.
All right, let's see if we've got our team stats to populate. I typed them in. We'll see how quickly they got up there. Well, some of them made it there. We'll just keep going.
We'll just keep going.
We'll go with Bryan because they're all on the screen right now.
They're on the screen. We will start with the Lady Bears. They were 5 for 20 from the 2, which, again, is not outstanding, but they were 9 for 22 from the 3, which is absolutely in high school basketball. If you're above 40%, that is a terrific outing. They were 12 for 14 from the free throw line, 5 offensive rebounds, 24 defensive rebounds, and the Bears only turned it over 8 times. For the Paulding Panthers, they were 12 for 31 from the 2, 1 for 13 from the 3. Something that Paulding has done very well this year is shoot the 3. To go 1 for 13 certainly is a testament to the Lady Bears defense. They were 11 for 16 from the 3. Paulding had 10 offensive rebounds, 6 of those coming in the third quarter, 21 defensive rebounds, and again, I think a key 15 turnovers for the game. And one of the things I like to do, Chris, is I like to add offensive rebounds and turnovers and subtract the difference because those are offensive possessions you give to. That number for the Bryan Lady Bears is 13. That number for Paulding is 25. That difference is 12. That means 12 more possessions for the Bears. You times that by a minimum of 2. That's a potential 24-point difference. You look at the contest. Again, that stuff to me just speaks volumes about how the Lady Bears handle themselves tonight.
All right, well, I'm going to put you on the spot now because Grosjean has joined us. So I'm going to let you talk for a minute while I give him my headset, and you're going to do a little interview here.
I was hoping you could ask the question because he's a whole lot smarter than I am.
I don't know about that one.
Coach Grosjean,
how you doing?
Great win.
That was huge.
Yeah, I talked about this coming with Chris. That last year when we played this game, I thought that kind of launched both teams kind of in opposite directions for a little bit. Paulding used the win against you, and they just went on to a terrific season. You guys kind of had a little lull till all of a sudden you got things, the ship righted, had a great run at the end of the year. And I said this game tonight could kind of do the same thing. I don't know how you felt, but, boy, I think this was an important win.
Well, the kids, they rose to the occasion. We did not have a very good second half against Wayne Trace the other night. Obviously struggled to shoot the basketball. And, when you do that, it gets frustrating and it kind of snowballed. And we had some kids with some confidence issues yesterday, even at practice, and we just said, we got to flush it. We got to move on. And we ask them tonight to go out and compete at a high level and have fun. And, if you make a mistake, you move on. It's the next play mentality. And, we talk about that all the time, but we got some young kids that they hang on to stuff. So
I want to get to your young kids in a second. One thing I want to talk to you about is your defensive mindset coming into this game because Paulding obviously returning 5 kids off that district finals team. You turned them over 15 times tonight. That's pretty doggone good. And you held them to 10 offensive rebounds, 6 of those in the third quarter. I just think that's a terrific effort. And to me, defense and offensive rebounding comes down to effort and execution. What did you talk about coming in tonight defensively that you wanted to do that you thought may create some of those turnovers?
Well, we just wanted to play hard. Obviously, we do our run and jump press, and Mook's doing a great job helping the kids out with that, and he's tweaked it from last year and even the year before that. And it's great having him on the bench because he's got a wealth of knowledge down there. And we got out-rebounded by 20, I think, the other night against Wayne Trace, 41-21 or something crazy like that. And we said that couldn't happen. We needed to be physical with the big girl. She's athletic. She hurt us last year on the offensive glass. And Peace, the point guard, really hurt us on dribble penetration. And we tried to take right hand away. We do that every day. We talk about forcing them to use their left hand. But I thought our bench was absolutely phenomenal tonight. We got huge minutes out of Emmy Miller. She spelled people, and when Amaya got her third foul, we had to use her. And Emmy does a great job defensively, doesn't hurt us, and got in there and mixed it up, guarded well. And Kelsey Thiel, we talked to her at halftime. They said they're not guarding our bigs. The big girl's not coming out. You might as well take a shot. You get a good look at it, knock it down, and sure enough, she did. And, that she worked so hard. And we ask her to just rebound and guard. And, that's icing on the cake. That's even more than what we need. But
two things we talked about, you just mentioned, Todd. We talked about Emmy Miller, Jesse Kidston, and Thiel, the important minutes those kids played. And my guess is that Emmy and Jesse probably didn't come in this game thinking, I'm going to play a lot of minutes. But they came in, and not only did they not hurt you, they came in and were benefactors. And then when Paulding went to the double post in the first half, I said right away to Chris, I said, they're going to try to go high-low. And I thought your kids did a tremendous job. They never let those bigs walk them up the lane. Yep. They forced them post below the block, and they had really difficult time making that high-low pass.
Yeah, and we, I give our kids a lot of credit because we're not going to outsize anybody in this. Some junior high teams are probably bigger than we are, but they guard, they move their feet. We work really hard on post defense and getting around front. And when they don't have the ball, you got to move them as far out of the lane or off the block as you can. And the other component to that, and this, is pressure on the basketball. The person that's trying to look in there to throw that pass, we got to have pressure on them so they can't throw it when they want to throw it.
Yeah, and you talked about your bigs and Thiel and Vollmer having to shoot the threes. Again, something else Chris and I talked about, because Dunham was just trying to play in the middle of the lane and clog it up. I said, even if you miss those, your kids have to be willing to take good shots, not worry about results, right?
Yep.
But worry about, is that what we're trying to do? Because if they're an offensive threat, you force her to come out and guard. And I think that's why she got in foul trouble.
Yep, and we took one silly one there at the end of, I think, the first quarter with 20 seconds left. Josie got one from the volleyball line that we really didn't need, and she came over right away and said, that was dumb. That's a senior there, and at least she knew she messed up. But we got some young kids. We lost 2 seniors that had lettered 5 years between them, and they're our 2 best defenders too.
And that's the last thing I want to ask. I know Chris wants to get off the air and go to bed because he says he's tired or something. Todd, I don't understand that. I talked about Ava and Gabby being out, but especially Ava. I said, you spend all summer getting kids adjusted to their roles, getting kids to understand where they're going to be. And even though it happened in soccer and you didn't have it at the beginning of the season, I still think you're trying to adjust to who's going to play what role. You're probably still manipulating some things. So talk a little bit about, where do you go from here? Are you still adjusting? What kinds of things are you looking at?
Well, we got, Bree Richmond is, she's right there. Claire Strubel's right there, and we brought that up in the locker room. They're down at the end of the bench, but I don't know if they know how close we were to saying, hey, you're in the game and you got to be ready to go. We got some other kids down there. Brea Hepker played really well the fourth quarter at Wayne Trace the other night. We just didn't get her in the mix because Kelsey was playing so well tonight. So that's a huge win for our kids. And, we had adversity this week, and, they really responded tonight.
Yep, and that's what it's about, right?
Yep.
Congratulations, Coach. Good luck. Keep them going. I think this team's going to get better and better.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Chris.
All right, we're going to wrap things up here from Bryan. Today's game being brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, Baldy's Furniture, Stark's Plumbing and Heating, and Thiel Supply Center. Next game for the Golden Bears Sports Network is this Saturday, December 6th, as the boys basketball team hosts Hicksville. Pregame around 5:15 p.m. I know Tim Meister will be here. It might be me, and it might be Brian Arnold. We'll see. We'll see who it is. I want to thank our broadcast crew, our director John Dalrymple, robotics and general run around and fix things and do whatever he's asked, Wesley Lupo, cameras Owen Signs, Chris Allspaw, and Cam Reesner. Our production assistant tonight, Elijah Cummins. Elijah was supposed to come shadow tonight to learn he's a new crew member, and he got thrown into keeping the score on the scoreboard because we had no scoreboard tonight. Our stats, the always awesome Karen Meister, and the better half of Tim Meister here, and our radio producer back at WQCT, Rick Armentrout. Final quick thought for you, Tim, before we get out of here.
I think it's what Todd said. This is a great. You could see he was elated with that win. That is such a huge momentum thing. Your younger kids stepped up and played well. Now those kids have a little confidence. And it's what I told him, Chris. We return a lot of kids back this year, right?
Yep.
So everybody thinks we're going to be good, and I think we are. But I still think this is a team that's going to just get better and better and better as the year goes on. So I am so excited for the win tonight, and really excited to watch how this team evolves as the year goes on.
All right, well, your final tonight, 49-38. This student broadcast is produced by the Golden Bear Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any duplication or other use of this broadcast, including descriptions or accounts of the game, without the express written consent of the Bryan City School District is prohibited. One final time for all of us at the GBSN with Tim Meister. I'm Chris Malanga. Again, your final score, 49-38. Bears victorious. Have a great night, everybody.